It was an ordinary Monday morning in the towering glass building of Orion Enterprises, but something felt different. Employees shuffled in with their coffee cups and sleepy eyes, unaware that today would change everything. A young woman named Ayesha entered the lobby, clutching a neatly printed resume. Her shoes were worn, her clothes simple, but her eyes carried quiet determination. She had applied for the receptionist position, her last hope after months of rejection. The receptionist on duty, a sharp-dressed woman named Karen, looked her over with a glance that could cut glass. "We don't hire people like you," she said under her breath, loud enough for Ayesha to hear. Laughter trickled from a few nearby staff members. Ayesha's heart sank. Still, she stood tall, replying, "Thank you for your time," and turned to leave. But as she reached the door, a tall man in a gray suit stepped in. He held the door for her, smiled gently, and asked, "First time here?" Ayesha nodded, surprised by his kindness. The man simply said, "Good luck," and walked away before she could respond. What Ayesha didn't know, that man was Zameer Hussain, the CEO of Orion Enterprises. And today wasn't an ordinary Monday. It was the day of his hidden test. Zameer had spent years building Orion from nothing. But now, with the company growing, he feared it was losing its soul. People were becoming more focused on appearances than values like kindness, patience, and empathy. So, he devised a quiet experiment. For weeks, he had been observing how his employees treated strangers, applicants, cleaning staff, anyone they thought didn't matter. Today, Ayesha was part of that test. After Ayesha left, Zameer walked straight to the boardroom, where all department heads were gathered. Karen was there too, now smiling as if she owned the place. Zameer stood at the head of the table, his voice calm but carrying weight. "Today, I witnessed something I can't ignore." The room fell silent. People exchanged glances. He pressed a button on the remote. The screen behind him lit up with security footage from the lobby just minutes earlier. It showed Karen dismissing Ayesha coldly. Gasps filled the room. Karen's face turned pale. Zameer said quietly, "This is not about hiring skills. It's about who we are when no one is watching." The room remained frozen in shock. He continued, "I started this company with nothing but a dream. I cleaned office floors once. I delivered tea. And today, someone like me walked into this building, and this is how she was treated." Karen stammered, trying to explain, but Zameer raised his hand. "No excuses." Then, in a move no one expected, Zameer announced, effective immediately, "Karen is relieved of her duties." There was dead silence. A few people whispered under their breath. Zameer wasn't finished. "I'm also introducing a new program today. We'll be offering positions to people from underprivileged backgrounds. People like Ayesha." His assistant brought out a file. It was Ayesha's resume. Zameer had already seen it before. He had asked his team to post the receptionist job ad on purpose, waiting for someone like her. 2 days later, Ayesha returned to Orion Enterprises, this time as the company's new receptionist, and under very different circumstances. This time, every person greeted her with respect. Her simple clothes didn't matter. Her determination did. And as she sat at her new desk, she glanced up at the tall CEO walking past her. Zameer gave her a nod and a small smile, as if reminding her. Sometimes, the most important tests in life are the ones no one sees coming. Months passed. Word about the CEO's hidden test spread throughout the business world. Other companies started following Orion's example, focusing not just on profits but on how people treated each other. And Ayesha? She didn't remain a receptionist for long. Her hard work and humility caught Zameer's attention again. Within a year, she was promoted to assistant manager. She eventually helped develop Orion's new Human Values Initiative, where employees were trained not just in skills, but in compassion, empathy, and respect for everyone, no matter their background.